A rewarding experience helping our friend fulfill his childhood dream to fly.
Gauge is green, maximum power is set.
Wow.
We're hoping we can rekindle this dream he'd nearly forgotten with a discovery flight, followed by a surprise ride in the Stearman. Let's help general aviation grow, one future pilot at a time. Meet Glenn. He looks really down because today was supposed to be his first flying lesson. We were going to make a video about it and had a double shoot planned. We spent all morning shooting the Super Cub winterization episode, and weather was perfect. However, as soon as Glenn showed up, snow everywhere. Bummer. But Glenn's story is typical in general aviation. I think the industry needs to put a lot more effort into attracting new pilots, and Glenn is the perfect example.
My dream when I was younger was to be a jet pilot. I'm into, anything that flies pretty much. In the past, I've looked into perhaps taking flying lessons, but I've never pulled the trigger because it doesn't seem very open to people just walking up and saying, hey, I'm interested. There's an air of we know what we're doing and you don't, that kind of always prevented me from pursuing it.
How is this guy not a pilot? I wanted to change all that, so I took him to Spectrum Airways. Everything about the airplane is in here. I booked him with Reema, one of the best instructors that I know.
Hi. You're Reema? Nice to meet you. My stomach was a little queasy all evening last night. I guess it was a little anxiety and nervousness. I didn't expect to feel that way at all.
This is a great reminder to all pilots that newcomers will probably always be nervous, and it's up to us to help make them feel relaxed.
When Reema showed me the pre-flight check, the walk around, I immediately felt a lot more relieved because it wasn't anything that was magic. It wasn't like super science. It was just regular stuff. Things that are common sense. That's as basic as it is, isn't it? And to me, that was like, okay, that's a little bit more comforting to know that that I can understand that kind of stuff.
Reema did a great job demonstrating why it's important that a new pilot find an instructor that can make them feel at ease and ready to learn.
I think today would be, for me, a successful day would be that I go up, I feel confident in the instructor who's with me, and I just enjoy the flight and enjoy the overall experience.
Do you guys serve snacks in this flight?
So I don't need to grab the wheel and do anything fancy with it. Maybe just get my hands on and just feel like what it's like to be cutting through the air.
I'm not going to have you worry about power and brake and all of that. I'm just going to want you to taxi the plane for me today, okay?
Okay.
So once we're on the taxiway, that's when I'll give you control.
It felt really fast. Like Reema was like, right away, we're gonna get you to steer this plane out of here and you're gonna taxi it. And I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Now the way you know you're straight, you should be sitting on the yellow line.
Okay, how do I brake?
Now if you press your toes,
Landing up runway 32, departing to the west.
that's brake.
Okay.
Good, all right, that's good, go.
It just takes getting used to.
Yes.
Not used to steering with my feet.
Just keep going a little bit more closer. And the good thing is they're high wing, we're low wing, we're not gonna hit each other's wing, we can get pretty close.
I'm just too nervous to get close to another plane right now.
All right.
It took a little bit of getting used to, but once you did, it wasn't that hard. Now I didn't do the takeoff or anything, and that's something that I'm going to be like, wow, that's gonna be a neat experience.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Gauge is green, maximum power is set. Good. Bit of a crosswind, so.
Wow.
The flying over the landscape just was an incredible experience. Definitely a different perspective. For me, a visual person, it was amazing.
Okay, what is our altitude reading now?
Altitude is 1,000 feet.
Perfect. So we're gonna go up to 1,500 feet
Okay.
before we can make any turns. That way we don't conflict with anybody who's in the traffic pattern for landing.
Right.
How you feeling, Glenn?
Great. This is really cool. I'm still a little nervous because I can feel the plane is being pushed around a little bit by the winds.
Yeah, it'll even out. As we climb a little higher, it's gonna get a little bit better.
Right.
So what's our altitude now?
It's almost 1,500.
Beautiful. Do you see any airplanes on the left side of us?
No.
No? So we can turn left then.
So everything is just done visually.
Yes, well, initially all the training is done visual because we want you to get an idea of what it looks like outside and be,
Right.
not be flying like a video game. Now, once you're really comfortable with outside and you know what the attitudes look like,
Right.
then you start referencing the instruments to make
Okay.
sure, because there's no other way to say exactly what your altitude is unless you look at the instrument inside.
Okay.
Burlington traffic, Oscar Charlie Hotel is off of 32, left turn out, climbing to 23 westbound.
So right now the foot pedals don't do anything, right?
They do. So look at this movement. This is called yaw.
Oh, okay.
Yaw. We use the rudder pedals to correct for it or to reduce the yaw that's happening. So I have a bit of right rudder in right now.
Okay.
I'm frequently asked what the most common issues are with flight training and how to get started, but hands down, my first answer is go check out a couple instructors and find one you get along with. That is the most important key to success with training.
I felt my instructor today was really good. She definitely made you feel like, you're good, I'm here.
So look outside now and put your hand on this dash and see how many fingers below the horizon is the dash for you.
4.
For you it's 4?
Yeah.
So if you keep the airplane over here at 4 fingers, we are not going up, we're not going down, we are level.
Oh, I see.
All right? So if you see this, less than 4 fingers, what's going on?
We're going up a little bit.
And how about now?
Now we're going down.
Perfect. So you bring the control column towards you, bring the plane up until you have it 4 fingers, and you keep it there.
Okay.
And the number 2 thing you're going to do is keep the dash parallel to the horizon.
Right.
So if you see this,
Yeah.
then you go right. Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, you have control. So, typically, you want to fly with only your left hand, Glenn, because that will keep you from overcorrecting the plane.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, you can feel it a little bit more then, that's why.
Hey, Glenn, how does it feel to actually pilot an airplane?
It's a little scary, but good. It's a lot easier and a lot more forgiving than I thought it would be.
This is the best part of my job. I get to do nothing.
And why does it feel like we're going down a little bit?
So this is turbulence. So it's going to bump you, right? It's like a boat riding the wave. So it's going to wave is going to take you up and down, and then 4 fingers. And once in a while, you might have to put your fingers up and kind of remind yourself.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that, but I was a little nervous.
No.
My objective today was to bring you into the world of aviation with a kind of a welcoming feel, because I know that was one of your main concerns, right? It's
Right.
like that's sort of what held you back, right?
The first time I ever walked into a flight school facility, I just found the whole thing a very unwelcoming experience.
And having been a pilot for a long time, I know the world of aviation can seem closed sometimes from an outsider's perspective. But honestly, becoming an aviation YouTuber has really shown me how awesome the community is for the most part. But unfortunately, there's a really small percentage of outspoken naysayers that are sort of holier than thou, and they can be really negative, especially online. It's like they've forgotten we all started somewhere. So the rest of us need to work together to make sure we can mitigate that kind of negativity.
Traffic advisory, Oscar Charlie Hotel is just south of Freelton at 27, climbing to 3,000. We'll go to 3,000 feet.
Wow.
Beautiful, yeah. So take your right hand off. Sometimes just holding it really tight.
Yeah,
can
I
add
am.
the pressure.
I was a little bit tight there.
And just so you're not nervous, and I just want to make you comfortable, bring the nose more up. Feel comfortable. Steep nose up attitude.
Wow.
Beautiful. All right, let's go back to the cruising attitude, your reference of 4 fingers.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the next big challenge for me, I'm not a great math person.
I'm not either, dude, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about it.
The physics stuff feels like it's intimidating. That to me is like the next barrier for me.
You're overthinking it, is what I'll say about that.
Okay.
Just let it be the way Reema handled it today. She demystified things that you thought were mystical.
Yeah.
It will be like that the whole way through. You'll constantly think the next thing is like, I can't possibly do that, and then you'll do it, and you'll be like, that was so easy. Why was I worried about that? It'll feel like that all the way.
Let's go ahead and turn to the right. You don't need to look inside at all.
Okay.
Use the horizon and the dash as as a reference as to how steep we are. So right about here where you are right now, you're at about 20 degrees angle of bank. That's like a medium turn.
That's a gutless turn, isn't it?
That's a pretty good turn for first time. You can increase it a little bit more, and you can go up to 30 degrees. Very nice. Do you notice how the nose wants to go down? Yeah.
Yes, I'm fighting
Don't
it a
let
little bit.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, roll your wings level. All right, do a turn to the left. Good. Good job. So just use the horizon and your dasher as a reference. You don't want it to going up, you don't want it going down.
Right.
And just about here. So it's kind of memorizing what the picture looks like and just keeping it there. Keep it turning. Yes.
Because flying is such a intimidating science, it's definitely something that you have to bring people in very gently by holding their hands and stuff.
I have control here for 1 second.
Sure.
I just want to put the airplane in the configuration and then give you control.
Okay.
You're going to help me land the airplane.
Uh-oh.
So see the runways on our right,
Yes.
we're nice and perpendicular to it. This is called as the base leg. Burlington traffic, Oscar Charlie Hotel is turning final 3-2 full stop. All right, hands and feet on the controls again, Glenn. You're gonna fly us down here, okay? So only keep your left hand on and I'll help you through it. So you're turning the plane until you're sitting on that white line, keeping the nose down because you're descending. The landing is just a descent. There we are. And I'll worry about the power, you don't worry about it.
Okay.
Very nice. A little bit right, good. Good, go easy, the controls, you're like overpowering me.
Okay.
All right, you're doing a good job there, very nice, nose down, beautiful. Alrighty. All right, just keep it flying down. Now when we're here, look at the end of the runway.
Yeah.
Turning base, runway 32.
At the end of the runway and go straight and level. And every time it sinks, we're gonna pull the nose a bit up.
Okay.
Sinks, pull up, sinks, pull up. Good. And we're gonna go ahead and use our feet now and get on the brakes.
Yeah.
Look at the fancy plane, that's a Stearman.
He's gonna take it out, I guess.
Yeah, Dennis built that plane, it took him about 3 years, so.
Well, you did a good job.
Well, thank you.
I hope that we didn't make you sick.
That was fantastic.
I didn't kill you.
Thank you for not
Good
killing
job,
me.
guys. We knew about stall and
Grab that handle there, and there you go. All right, so.
Thank you.
Thank you. How was it?
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
no problem.
Yeah, no, that was a little nervous when you first hit turbulence and you're
Yeah.
like, I'm flying it, but it's like, it feels like the plane's just getting pushed around a little bit. But then when you get used to it a little bit more, and Reema was fantastic.
awesome.
Just the instructions were very good. I felt pretty comfortable.
Well, you know what? You want to try a real airplane now?
I'm not going up in that thing.
Oh no. Thankfully, any trepidation Glenn felt was crushed by his love of a beautiful airplane.
I'm in. Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
While I was flying up there, I had this thought of, I can't imagine how those guys back in the 20s and 30s figured all this out with their own lives.
Well, you're gonna be going back in time there.
Oh yes.
So was I successful in hooking you today?
I'd say about 80% there.
80.
To me, the experience was as close to real flying as you can get. You're in an open cockpit and it's just like being a bird. The challenges for me at this point to getting a pilot's license would be costs and my schedule and time commitment.
And those are the questions. I mean, money, time, schedule, those are always the questions. The main one is, do you want to do it? And if you really want to do it, just do it. So if you're thinking about it, check out your local flying schools and get started. And of course, if you're in the Toronto area, definitely check out Spectrum Airways. They don't wear white shirts and stripes, but Spectrum has an awesome reputation for creating safe and happy pilots. So I hope you enjoyed this one. We had a lot of fun making it. Huge thanks to the supporters on the Patreon campaign, and also thanks so much to the sponsors. Please check out flightchops.com to find out how you can win some cool stuff. We're running monthly contests. And as always, keep your flight chops sharp.
Or front. Okay. Oh, you know what? I had the fuel valve on. That'll do it. There's no resistance.
Don't worry, Glenn. It's the only mistake.
Yeah, so it should feel normal now. Don't worry, Glenn. I'm 55. I haven't forgotten everything.
Primer's locked.
Hey, clear prop again.